is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We are back at it again. We just came back from the Lone Star Open 40k Champs event out in Texas. It was our second time going. Actually, it was me and Kevo last year. This year, we brought two other Dirtbags with us, so it was cool. If you guys are going to go to Texas, this is one of the best FLG events to go to. I know they have a Texas circuit out there, but FLG runs a great tournament. And this one we're going to keep coming back out to every year because it's so fun to meet the people and represent the troops. It's got all the branches there. They all hang out, talk, go over some stories. And it's just the guys that are there are just your definition of like a chill, cool 40K dirtbag, right? So that's kind of like how me and Keeble click so well. And when you guys have everybody in one room playing the same tournament, it's just such a cool vibe. So if I can't recommend it enough, I definitely would check out Lone Star Open if you can next year out in Texas. So this year, we won it last year. This year, we went 6-0 with our Death Guard. Kind of a crazy meta right now. I have to admit that Death Guard, Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights are just kind of top everywhere. And this just goes to show when we were there was about a 20% showing of Death Guard. And of course, I'm one of them, so I can't say anything about it. But I did have Death Guard since I was 16, so I didn't kind of jump on the bandwagon. Obviously, we got the merch going. But yeah, so we're going to go over this video first. This is going to be a list review video of what we did, what lists we brought to LSO, how we went 6-0, stuff like that. And then I'm going to break it up like I do every other GT into each individual match. So we're going to go over first through 6 because we didn't have any stream games this time. So it's actually going to be 6 full videos. The other tournaments, we had some streams going, so I didn't really have to make a video on them. But with this one, we go over picture by picture, turn by turn, what we did good, what we could have done better, and all that stuff. Every single game I had this time was against a really, really, really good opponent. Every single time we could have lost in every single game. Sometimes when you go to GT, you play some newer players and you kind of like coach them throughout the entire thing. But no, every single game I played out of all 6 were, holy shit, I could lose this game. So I can't wait to talk about each game in this in the next coming videos. But I really want to talk about this video because it really gives detail on why I bring what I bring and kind of like how I make a list in my head. And then I put it on a piece of paper and then test it and then tweak it and then kind of make an actual list that's going to be good in the competitive scene. So that's what this whole video is going to be about. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments below so that way we get to it. And if you guys want to head over to Discord, there's a really cool Discord for the Dirtbags. Everybody is super friendly. They help each other out. No dicks. If there are dicks, you get banned. There's no point. And then if you guys want to support us over at patreon.com, I wouldn't be doing this without my Patreons. We actually got to hang out with a bunch of cool fucking Patreons at LSO. So a bunch of Grandmasters there, a bunch of competitive Dirtbags. A lot of people came up to us. It was a really, really cool time. And it's good to see you guys live in person. And you kind of see like how I am naturally. I mean, I am this way naturally in person, kind of chill, like drinking beers and playing 40k. When you see like some other 40k channels, they're not the same in person as they are in 40k. I was told by one of my dirtbags that's how it is. But it was super fun, great weekend. And if you guys want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com. All these videos go ahead of time on patreon.com first. And there's some extra key stuff you can't get anywhere else, only on patreon.com. We do Grandmaster TTS games as well and Grandmaster coaching 101. If you guys are competitive, we get list reviews, ideas, tactics, and unlimited list oversight. Anytime you guys need. So let's get into the sponsors real quick. Rexar Lasers is stepping up. They are going above and beyond with even more merch. We're talking about getting a Rexar Lasers link on their website. It's only going to be the Dirtbag stuff. So we're working on that with them. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys want to get the shirts, hats, there are new images up on the merch store. So go check that out. But quick sponsor, and we'll be back to the list. All right, guys, if you want to support the channel, head over to the merch store. The description below has the link. All these shirts are up for sale. These legit red, white, and blue shirts look fire at a GT. They're super comfortable, super non shrinkage. It's just a really, really nice shirt. Spent a lot of time picking out the right shirt. All these designs are up for sale, all the stickers as well. And if you guys need some models, we got the Cypher, which is legit. We got the Tech Marine with Grey Knight bits. We have the Phobos Librarian, the Phobos Captain, the Calidus Assassin should be in every list, and old school Codiez. We have the widgets, 6-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, 2-inch, half-inch. We have our objective markers, which are great for sticky objectives, any marking for oath, anything like that, and all of the stickers. So hit me up on Discord, DM, that's how you get a hold of these, and the merch tab below for the shirts. Now back to the video. All right, so the top 5 players were 6-0. It was like a 300+ person event. It was kind of insane in a 2-day, 6-game event. So with only 6 games and that many people, you're going to have a ton of people that are undefeated. So the first one who won it, congrats, Junior, Death Guard. He won first place. Number 2, Oscar, who actually played our boy Brian in one of the games. He took second with Death Guard. Then we have a Chaos Space Marine player, which there was a thing with this game. He actually brought a Hellbrute that wasn't in his list, and he played all 6 games with that extra Hellbrute. I think he commented online about his mistake and felt like an idiot, yada yada. I don't know. Everybody was saying it was sentiment. I don't know the guy. I can't say anything about it, but it's kind of, it sucks, like bringing an entire 130 point, really, really good Hellbrute in a Pack-Bound Zealot list, not realizing it. And also making the list not with the Hellbrute in it, that kind of sucked too. So I think he got DQ'd, all his points went away, and I don't know if he's getting any ITC points, which I don't think he is, which technically mean we were 4th place, right? But no, 4th place was Necrons with Justin Moore, and then we came to 5th place. And how they rank it, guys, is based off of strength of schedule. So this guy, 69% strength of schedule, which is pretty good. Oscar had a 64. James, doesn't matter, sorry, 63, 62, and then we had a 56. So like I said, when I was playing all my guys, I was like, every guy I was playing could have been really fucking good. Like, it was a really close game every single time, which is nuts. But then the guy we beat on game 6, that was our last game, he was the number 1 Death Guard player. He was at 73% win ratio. It was insane. Funny story, I'll get to that when we get to the video. But yeah, so we came up in 5th place at the Lone Star Open. We won it last year with our Chaos Cult. This year we're trying to bring it back, going back to back at Lone Star Open. But we still went 6-0 with our Death Guard, so I can't wait to talk about this. All right, what is up, gents? So game number 1 of the 6-0 series of Death Guard. It was a super fun time. We didn't have any bad opponents. Everybody we played was super cordial, super fun. I started this tournament with one of the most fun players I've ever played in 40k. His excitement level was just off the charts, and he was a really good player to boot. He was playing the Space Marines, the Gilliman, Double Vindicator. Actually, it's a different list than everybody's used to. He wasn't playing the one where you can fall back, advance, all that stuff. He was playing the one where you can react and move. And then if I charge you, you can also react and move. Like, there's a lot of tricks in this list. So you guys can see he ran Big Ass Centurion, which actually this came up pretty heavily halfway through the game, probably in turn 2 or 3 of the game, where this type of last cannon Centurion is different than the Power Fist Strength 8 Centurion. So there's like a lot of stuff that we made sure that was the right rules when we were playing it. But he also has Calgor because he's fucking amazing with his unit. And then we have Gilliman. We have the Sergeant with the reactive move. We have 2 Vindicators, old school. We have the Fight First guy leading 6 Blade Guard. We have 3 jump dudes with plasma. We have the little bike with the Melta, really good for actions. I think he's like speed 12 or 14. Unit of scouts and a unit of the infiltrators with no deep strike within 12. So that was his list. It's a really good list, like for Space Marines right now, like with the double oath and Gilliman just being able to just murder whatever the hell he looks at. So we are playing, I got the mission up for you guys right now. First game of the tournament going into it was Terraform. So every day we had layout 6, so you didn't really have to reset the table. Every table was the same way. So layout 6, and then it was Crucible Battles. So it was basically everything was halfway, 30 inches, and then diagonal. So every terrain was the same for the first day, which is cool. So it makes it a lot easier. You don't have to reset everything, all that stuff. So this is Terraform. The goal of Terraform is to walk up, do an action, complete it, and then get points for the rest of the game unless somebody else were to Terraform on top of your Terraform. Now, this is the first time I played the new Terraform where we actually read the rules, and it changed completely. So Terraform completes at the end of your turn. I thought it completed at the end of your opponent's turn, and you actually get 1 point each command phase. So if you Terraform, like let's say I walk up and Terraform, let's say these Poxwalkers walk up Terraform, I get a point in his command phase, and then I get a point in my command phase. The only way I don't get a point is if, or I think you have to own it. No, you don't have to. See, like, that's what I don't get. Like, Terraform was such a fucking nuisance reading it today. Like, we both got it wrong like 3 times. So you Terraform it, and then you can get 2 points per turn as long as they don't unterraform it. Which before you couldn't unterraform it. So once you terraform it was yours. Now you can unterraform it, and it completes at the end of your turn. So you have to be really fast with trying to terraform as much as possible to get these 3 objectives in the center. So for our deployment, we put 1 Poxwalker unit up here because that's their goal, is to infiltrate and then get an action on turn 1. We put our scout unit right here, which is the spawn. They're going to move up to right about here on the corner, so that way they can go out to the center and do something for turn 1. We have our lone op demon prince behind cover. We have Morty behind cover, so he couldn't get shot turn 1 by the Vindicators, because Morty will die with Vindicators if they look at him. We have a unit of Poxes also out of range, but they're giving our lone op to our demon prince. We have the unit of 2 units of plague marines in this unit. If you guys are watching this, I put the list video in the description below, so you guys can check that video out if you haven't already. That goes over what we ran, why we ran it, and kind of tactics on moving forward. So this is the 3rd GT we're playing with this list, so go check out that video so you can see why we did. And then we have 1 unit of the heavy blight launcher here. The other one's in reserves. We have 2 Lord of Contagions in reserve, Typhus in reserve solo, and we have a unit of plague marine or poxwalkers back here with the tallyman. That's our deployment. So his deployment, he's got a infiltrating blade guard unit with the captain, which is insane if you think about it. He's got scouts back here, Calgar in the center, the lone op character right here on the corner, 2 Vindicators, the uppy downy blast cannon guys, Gilliman, and the bike, and then I think he's got the infiltrators back here blocking out his backfield. His reserves, I don't think he had anything in reserves. Everything was on the table. So luckily we went first. You kind of want to go first in Terraform to kind of set up and get as many Terraforms out as possible. So we went first. We made this one sticky because we were already on it. We had this one sticky. Our turn 1 missions was sabotage, call the horde, and a tempting target. So really bad for turn 1. He obviously picks a tempting target over here because he's got his whole blade guard infantry over there. I can't get anything over there. He wasn't going to pick the center of that one, so that's a CP. And then sabotage, we're able to sabotage with, I believe, the demon prince. He's got to be out of your deployment zone, which is right there, so he's starting the sabotage. And sabotage is I have to survive at the end of the turn. But what's cool about it is it doesn't count as secondaries this turn. So how you play the challenger cards, which is super important going into this edition, you have to make sure you're counting your secondary, so that way you don't give up or give too many challenger cards. So that was our turn 1. Pretty simple. Didn't really want to commit too much. And then for his turn 1, he gets area denial and established locus. So he gets 5 points for area denial because he actually brings out the character to the center, and he's got the reactive move, so all he has to do is basically move up, get area denial. If I move anywhere near him, he just moves back 6 inches, which is what he did right there. So really easy. And then he cleanses with the same guy. So the guy moves out, cleanses, and then area denials for 5 points. So he gets 7 points. Now, if you're keeping track, he has 7 points. I have 0, technically, because my 3 points doesn't complete until my turn. So I had 0, technically, on turn 1. He has 7. So on turn 2, I get a challenger card because I'm losing by 6 going into the next turn. So going into the next turn, I get a challenger card. I get 9 for terraform, so I get 4, 5, and then 4 on my home field, so that's 9 plus 3, and then plus 3 for sabotage. So I'm technically already up 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm already at 15 points going into turn 3 because of the stupid challenger card. That's why I hate challenger cards so fucking much right now. The next 2, I get Secure No Man's Land and Area of Denial. So I get a huge whopping 25 points on turn 2 because of the challenger card. Like, it was insane turn 2. Of course, I got rid of the picture. Hold on one second. Okay, so for his turn 2, he gets the same thing as me. He had this one and that one. These guys literally didn't move for a while. I kept shooting at him, so this thing moved down to get line of sight onto these guys in the cover. He has a 3-up save in cover, because he's got a 2-up base, 3-up save in cover, and then he armor contempts for another 2-up save. So these guys just don't die, right? It's kind of insane, like me shooting this AP2 3 damage weapon, not killing them at all. The Plague Marines moved up. Spawn ran out to the center for Area Denial and Secure No Man's Land. Morty moved up to here because he, on turn 1, he picked up his last cannon Centurions back here, and then deep strikes them on turn 1. So turn 1, they come in right here, and they just unload on my Poxwalkers. So the Poxwalker whole unit dies. Luckily, this thing was sticky because I went first. So since this was sticky, he kills all them, and then I still have Terraform. So Morty moves up, so that way he can't bring guys onto the objective via deep strike. The floated blow drone on turn 2 came up to get some shots off on the Centurions. This guy's still shooting these guys back this way, and I got some line of sight onto the Centurions with Morty, this guy, and the Demon Prince. So they're all shooting this way into the Centurions. I don't kill anything. Like, maybe do a wound or 2 on the Centurions. They then get picked up again. And then on his turn, he basically commits Calgar in the center. So he throws his big ass FU unit in the center to go after my spawn. He kills the spawn pretty easily with Calgar's unit. The Centurions come down over here on the bottom of the table edge to, I guess, really defend this unit. So when he comes down, he wants to kill my Rhino, which he does, and then he kills my heavy blight launcher right behind it. So he kills 2 vehicles this turn, which is kind of clutch on his turn, because now my Plague Marines are walking across the table, which is not good. So the Plague Marines are walking. I lost one of my heavy weapons. The other one didn't get shot up here because he didn't want to commit his Vindicators yet. He wants to see what the Death Shroud come down. So on my turn 3, we get 9 again. We're both pretty much tied in points right now. I get Display of Might and no prisoners. So this turn we have to commit. So we brought our Lord of Chosen down to try and clear off this. I just want to put as many shots into Calgar's unit as possible. So we put a ton of shots in. We line up Morty, Demon Prince, the Plague Marines move up. Get some shots off this way. We make that charge, the 6-inch charge. And what we do here is the Plague Marines move up 5 after their thing blew up. So they move up 5. They're within like 5 or 6 inches of these Blade Guard. Remember, the Blade Guard are back here. So they're in 5 or 6 inches of Blade Guard. My other idea is to bring down the Blight Launcher or the Death Shroud down here to have 2 options as a charge. So what he has to do is, if I target him as a charge, he can then reactive move. And if there's still a legal charge within 12 inches, you have to declare them. You can't declare the charge. So my idea is, all right, I'm going to countercharge my Plague Marines first, so that way he has to choose who he's going to reactive, and then my Death Shroud can go into the other unit and then pile in like a slingshot into what I really want, which is the Centurions. So if I can get into the Centurions this turn, that's going to be my goal. And that's my idea, is I want to keep one of them in there and then slingshot into the other, which is what happens. So he fucking rolls a 6, of course. That's his little 6 right there, with his Centurions for the reactive move. So I think I needed like an 8. I was within 9 of my Plague Marine, so I needed an 8 to charge. When he rolled his 6, he moved full 6 inches back, so then I was out of 12 of my charge target. So what that meant was I was able to then redeclare the charge target into the Blade Champs down here. So the Plague Marines charge the Blade Champs on the point. they base to base as many as I can because they fight first, and then I charged the Death Shroud into them. They're all not against the wall, so I was only able to get one within range of the... Here, let me see if I can find a picture. So I was able to get one of these Death Shroud within range of these guys. The other 4 Plague Marines charged in. They base to based the shield guards, so they couldn't move, and their only attacks could go into the Plague Marines. He can put one guy into my Death Shroud, but it's not really going to be worth it to him. So he puts all the damage into my Plague Marines. I spend 2 CP for the -1 damage. So all of his 2 damage goes to 1 damage, and then he actually whiffed, because I forgot to tell you that I picked the -1 to hit aura with this army. So when I made that charge, the Plague Marines went into these guys like this, went into these guys in a line with the Plague Marines. The one Death Shroud charged into here was 1 inch away. That's a successful charge. The other 3 then, with the Lord of Contagion, came back this way, because I think I rolled like a 9 for the charge. They came back this way, and then after I killed these guys with the Death Shroud, I was able to consolidate 3 inches and tag the Centurions back here. So that was pro play right there, because once his Centurions are tagged, he can't go up and down. He doesn't have a fallback and shoot strat. So now the Centurions are just on the table, hopefully for the rest of the game. So that's what we did there. That was like the best play I made this game, with the Plague Marines declaring a charge, him moving out of the charge range, me then picking another target, base to basing them, double charge or single charge, pile into the other guys. So it's a really good play right there. So if that ever comes up to you and you're facing a fight first unit, watch my fight first video. It's a really good video to try and get around fight first. So back to the game. We commit this turn right here. So we commit this turn. So these guys, I actually think these guys rapided. So these guys might have rapided on turn 2 here, out of line of sight of these guys. So when these guys came down rapid, they're here, out of line of sight of these guys. So that way on my turn, I commit everything. So Morty commits from up here. He moves 10 up to here, going to Calgar. Demon Prince commits this way to try and go into Calgar. Calgar's right there, so I have a pretty easy charge. These guys move up and commit into Calgar, so I have 1, 2, 3 guys plus the Plague Marines going into Calgar, and then I have another Death Shroud and the Plague Marines going into the Blade Champs and the dudes over here. So we're committing. He's got to choose, is he going to go after Morty? Is he going to go after the Death Shroud? If he goes after Morty, that's the bad decision. If he goes to the Death Shroud, that's the good decision. So after this turn, he moves out his Vindicators. The big guy is trying to come over and help out his bottom objective. The top objective got taken over by the little bike, so he takes off my sticky. The other dude came up to shoot Calgar's. Heavy Blade Launcher came up to shoot Calgar's this way. Demon Prince failed to charge on double 1. Plague Marines failed to charge on a double 1. These guys fell back from Calgar's unit. We charged into Calgar. Calgar... That was this right here. So we charged in, and he made basically all the saves with this unit. I don't think I killed maybe 1. That was insane. He made all of his 4-ups. Didn't do anything back to me. Only killed 1 guy. But on his turn, he did kill Morty. So Morty dies first game to 2 Vindicator with Oath. He got down to 3 wounds. I had 1 4-up invuln save to make to see if he lives, because that was his last shot going into me. I CP rerolled it, failed it, and then he died. So Morty dies. I move up my Poxwalkers to... I think the Poxwalkers committed when Morty committed, so they're still in the center. This guy's up here. Gilliman's coming down to defend, and then on his turn, he charges Gilliman into my Death Shroud. So Gilliman's now in. He's got 3 more dudes over here. I brought Typhus down over here to do some mortals going this way into the Centurions. I still have a Lord of Contagion that didn't die yet with 2 Death Shroud, which is good. I have 1 Plague Marine unit. The other one's about to die. I have the Poxwalkers, which were on my home field objective. These guys came down behind enemy lines, turn 2 or 3. So I just kind of moved them up and charged, and they've been in combat ever since turn 2. Just against these guys. They're just slapboxing, not really doing anything. He should have fell back on his turn, even though he can't shoot, fall back 10 inches. Let's say I move up and charge again. He then just falls back to steal this point for me, but he kept them in combat for the whole game, which I was very curious on why he did that. So after this is kind of the turning point of the game right here. I have 3 Plague Marines left going into Guilliman. I have the Lord of Contagion with the Death Shroud going into Guilliman and the Centurions, and then Typhus made the charge on the Centurions. I keep doing the -1 damage because his flat 4 damage sword now takes 2 to kill a Death Shroud instead of just 1. So he's doing the overhead attacks. I'm minusing 1 damage, so it takes 2 to go through. It takes a while to kill this unit while I'm just slapping his Centurions. I move up this guy to get on the point. These guys scooch up. He gets on the point. The zombies just run forward like a horde. Like they're literally just running forward, tagging up as much as he can, so he doesn't have line of sight to really anything. Lone Op 12 right here. So I keep the Plague Marines within 3 of the Demon Prince. This guy gets on the point because he's only Lone OPSEC 2. So as long as I'm on this point, he can't take it from me. So that's kind of why the guy is staying back here to fight over this point. And then again, these guys should have fell back to get on the point to steal it, but he keeps staying in combat with my Poxwalkers. You can see scouts came in all the way on the back objective back here. I moved up Talaman to go after the scouts. You can see what's happening is like he's coming down. I then just throw bodies at him. He comes down somewhere else. I'm like, here's some more bodies. So Tallyman being T6, pretty cool. He just keeps the scouts in their spot. Sticky objectives helped out a lot in this game. So, all right. So finally up this game, the kind of key moment down here was with Guilliman dying. And this is my opponent. He's fucking awesome. So Guilliman dying down here, it was kind of like Guilliman kept swinging and killing these guys, leaving the Lord of Contagion with the Dev alive with Typhus. I think the Plague Marines died as well. And then basically the final board state, this is where we ended up. So we have Typhus that charged the Centurions, wiped them out by himself. There was still Lord of Contagion and I believe 1 Death Shroud on the point. Guilliman did die from the Lord of Contagion Death Shroud, and then he rolled a 1 or a 2 to then get back up, and he failed. So then Guilliman just stays there. If Guilliman gets back up, he then is able to kind of like charge in, because I killed him on my turn, so he's able to charge in, kind of like probably sweep and kill these guys. It's not an auto win, but it definitely does help, because I still had a Lord of Contagion that didn't get back up yet with 2 Death Shroud that can finish off Guilliman. And these guys, again, were tied up with the Poxwalkers that they can't really fall back and shoot anything because he's not playing the one detachment. And then the Demon Prince moves up after making the sticky the turn before and just about to kind of charge in and just tie him up even more. The goal really is just to make things sticky and then go jam, especially with kind of like this layout right here. So he still has the character there. He still has 2 Vindicators, but that's really all he has left is 2 Vindicators, the character, and maybe 1 or 2 scouts in the back here fighting my Tallyman, who is just kind of tanking it. Oh, and obviously these guys, which should have fell back a turn or 2 earlier. I think these guys fall back. You can really cause some havoc in this top one, maybe do a terraform, and then even steal my home field objective. So that was I think the biggest misplay was there. And then these guys, obviously rolling a 6 for the movement to come back. Was the best you could do, and we were still able to get that charge off on him with that 10-inch charge. So that was probably the play of the game right there. And then Guilliman coming to try and finish them off, but we just had too many points of Death Shroud in one side of the table to finish that off. So, and the Vindicators, I think, jammed themselves up here. I think if one Vindicator comes over here to shoot Morty, that does the same exact thing, and now you have like a Vindicator to move up here and get on the point to contest it. So I think the Vindicator's spreading out. So one Vindicator there, one Vindicator could stay there, moved up there, and both could have got line of sights onto Morty, which then frees up one of them from the Poxwalker, so that way they can do something over here to the Death Shroud. So that was the 2 different plays that I think I saw. But again, one of the best opponents I played at a GT. Super friendly dude. If you guys see this guy, he's super nice. He had a shit ton of call drops he gave me. He had Gatorades. He had waters handing out to opponents. And it was funny because at the end of the game, he's like, you were the only Death Guard player I've lost to. I was like, that is such a cool compliment to say to another Death Guard player because of how good they're at in the meta, which is nuts. But this is the final score, guys. I took a picture of it. We did Death Guard going first. We finished up 98-68. So we had a one challenger card, but we had 9, 17, 15. So we finished up max 50 out of 50. We had one challenger card and then 35 out of 40 for secondaries. Our turn 1 was shit. So that was terrible. And then for him, he had 10, 6, 6, 4. And then he had 32 out of 40. So we beat him by 3 for that. He didn't have any of the challenger cards. And then 26 out of 50 for the primary. So he probably could have got a challenger card maybe on turn 4 and turn 5. Probably on turn 5. Yeah, because we were pretty close up until top of turn 4. So he probably could have got a challenger card on turn 5. But yeah, again, all in all, it was a great game. First game of the GT, it was against a really good opponent, against a pretty good list. And he hasn't lost a Death Guard yet. So that was pretty cool to say that. So that was game 1, guys. Stay tuned for game 2, which is going into Votan. One of the coolest mustaches I've ever seen in person. One of the nicest dudes I've played against. One of the best armies I've seen and played against, besides the Necrons player at ACO who won the best painting. But yeah, this is gonna be a super fun game to talk about. That's gonna be on game 2, so stay tuned for that video. If you guys are interested in Patreon to get some coaching from either myself or other Dirtbag Nation coaches, head over to patreon.com. All these videos go ahead up on patreon.com, and we have our own Patreon link in Discord that you guys get to message me and talk one-on-one in there. But guys, I really appreciate it. Good luck. A lot of new shit's happening with the merch store, so head over there, check out some new shit, and we'll see you in the next video soon. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.